Welcome to a wonderful and beautiful and just rainy edition of Veggie Mike Ellis on Instagram, Veggie Mike Ellis on YouTube. I'm here with you today in my bike in the rain, and I have a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy because I went on a whole food plant-based diet, so I have tons of energy, so I have to burn it off somehow. Anyway, that being said, didn't have that kind of energy before, did it in my 40s, and now I'm just blowing up with energy. It's ridiculous. That being said, today I want to talk about one of the many vegan, anti-vegan excuses folks use. So I had a person very close to me bring it up this particular time, but people say it all the time. So that's not an attack on that person, just everybody says it, so this is one of them. So amongst a list of long list of excuses. And that excuse is, oh, lions eat animals. So because lions eat animals, therefore we should eat animals. So that's the excuse today we're going to talk about. So yeah, not a reason, excuse. So this one's fun because, first of all, folks use the excuse at both ends. So they use contradictory excuses, and so they'll say, well, we're above animals. We rule. We have dominion, and we're better than them, and we can we have power, and we're top of the food chain. So we're better than them, and all this and that. But then, when it comes down to the excuse that lions do it, now we're just animals. Now we're just like wild animals with no control over ourselves. So which one is it? Are we outside the animal kingdom and better than them and superior, or are we just basically we're just operating on some kind of instinct, right? So which is it? But you can't have it both ways. It's got to be one or the other, right? So which one? Yeah, it's just whatever's convenient for the excuse that moment. Then there's the fact that lions, they have to eat, okay, and they have to eat meat, and they're part of a food chain. So let's deal with the have to first, and then we'll deal with the food chain. So they have to. So and we don't. So they're hungry and they eat meat, and they're not in a zoo. I hope not. And so they eat. Where do we have to have animal agriculture? So where is it that we're required to enslave and murder when they're babies, and do all these things that we do to animals? Where are we required to do that? So every science-based organization on the planet agrees we're not. There's no nutritional need to eat them or their secretions. So we're not. There is no need. It's just palate pleasure. It's just greed. They do it for need. We do it for greed because we like it, because we like the way their flesh tastes. Yay. Not trying to be dick about it, but right now, little chicks are, being ground up alive, and little babies' throats are being slit, like right now. So, yeah. So there's that, and then there's the need versus greed. Oh yeah, and then I brought up the food chain. So I did a video on the food chain. So I won't spend too much time on it. You can see that video. But the food chain is a hierarchy of organisms in a biological system that rely on one another for food. That's what a food chain is, okay? So we're not part of a food chain. We're not up top of it because we left the food chain when we invented tools and fire. We're not actually part of a biological system. We're outside of that. We have civilization, so we're not part of that. Lions are, and they're top of the food chain. And if you want to know who's really at top of the food chain, and as far as land is concerned, go hang out with a bunch of lions. You don't get to bring any spears or any kind of weapons of any kind. You go out, you're part of a biological system, so you don't get clothes, weapons, anything. You go out and you hunt lions, and then you see if they can hunt you, and we'll see who wins, because that's who's top of the food chain, whoever wins. So you go do that with your feet that can run so fast, faster than any four-legged animal, right? And these teeth, yeah, that match frugivores' teeth, yeah. Or it all goes back and forth, or our stomachs are so much more alkaline than carnivores and omnivores. So. Actual omnivores, yeah, but that are animals that are actually biologically omnivores. Yeah, our intestinal length. You can look all this stuff up. This is not me just blowing smoke up your ass. Anyway, so yeah, so not top of the food chain. So basically, yeah, lions have to. We're not in the wild. We can make choices, and there's plenty of plant-based, delicious, by the way, and healthier plant-based sources that don't cause horrible climate change and species extinction. Ironically, it's animal agriculture that's causing wild animals to go extinct more than anything else. So people that bring up wild animals in defense of non-veganism to defend using animals as a resource when it's actually the number one cause of species extinction is non-veganism, is animal agriculture. It's ironic. It's ironic. And it's incredibly ignorant. I'm not trying to be like attack anybody. It's an ignorant thing to say. It's an incredibly ignorant thing to say. I understand you know what the hell you're talking about, but if you're going to argue with somebody who's against the violence, you know, the unnecessary violence, and you're going to argue with us, have the decency to look it up first, okay? Or just go vegan. Just wake the hell up and go vegan. Wake the hell up. Go vegan.